Hi, hello, and good evening. It is, what is today? It's September 28th. And we're recapping this episode of Big Brother 25 that didn't really have much, right? The
Yawn.
zombie twist is over. We're saying goodbye to the scary verse, although only temporarily, because even though they didn't announce it tonight, we already know there's some kind of tie-in with the Exorcist movie.
And
So I
although
don't
literally nothing that happened this week was scary because nothing happened at all.
Right, we didn't get any of the spooky ookies. We also missed like the mark here because this really should have been like Halloween week if you really wanted to sell this sucker. But of course, we missed that too. But that's all right because we did say goodbye to Jared, which means the end of Team Dunphy, which is
Mhm.
certainly exciting. And we've got another segment of Julie Judgment. So there's some things to do. So let's get into it. All right. Well, I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined, as always, by my festy besties, John Dunphy and Gina Morgino. And this is Strat Chat, your favorite reality TV podcast. You can find us on the socials, including the Blue Sky at Strat Chat Pod. Um, you can find all those little links in our link tree. So visit our bio, please. Toss us a like and a subscription and tell a friend. So any Hoosers, how did this sucker kick off? Right, it kicked off with the conclusion of the Resurrection Rumble. Right, even though we kind of already knew how that one went. Right, we already knew that Cameron won that. Like, what? Not super exciting. Also super predictable. Right. Although there was a brief moment, if we didn't know already that Cameron won, it's like, well, this really could go either way because if he only lost one ball, he would have had to
Mhm.
reset.
Which
Um,
again is why I don't really know why this competition had to be in 3 rounds because this is always just a competition of however long it goes, and whoever can get them all in without losing any wins. Like, I don't know
right,
why the third
right.
round wasn't
Yeah,
just the competition.
that
And
was
also
the
why that
same.
wasn't the battle back. Like,
Yeah,
So
that
weird.
was the same thought that I had because as soon as like Cameron was like, "Oh, this part's not timed," I was like, "Well, then what was the point of the first 2 rounds? It's not like you got to like lock in the balls that you had after two
right, you weren't
rounds and you
gaining
start like
points.
and
Yeah.
like yeah, and if you do drop one, like you start from where you locked in. So now like you're
Right.
guaranteed to only have to start with 13 or start with 9 or whatever. Like it was like we had 2 timed rounds that meant nothing because as soon as we started this one, it was not timed, and it was like it could have just been a race to the end in one round, done. Like,
And that wouldn't even have had to have given us what we got tonight. That literally could have just been the battle back.
yeah,
Yeah, really, really stupid. Really stupid. I did see some comments on the Twitter that like maybe this was as a result of the fact that we lost Luke early. So they didn't really know what to do. So they kind of gave us this nothing week.
I thought that's what the Jag thing was.
Oh, the BB power of invincibility. Mm,
I thought that was to offset Luke.
could
Because
be.
we were always going to have no Wednesday episode this week. So from my understanding, that was the reason why they kind of gave us this weird week because they wouldn't have had a veto episode. So they were just like, ah, whatever, let's just give it a fake week
yeah.
and whatever.
It's just weird, like because it felt like even having the like in that first week we saw Luke get expelled, which was great, but then we also saw an eviction happen in that same week, so they lost 2 people that first.
Right, that
Like,
right there offsets it.
right? Like, doesn't that offset it? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't. Everything like this all just seems so weird, and it seems like a total mess. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Such a mess. Such a mess. Like they really didn't know what to do with this.
No.
But so Cameron won the Resurrection Rumble, and he won the right, really only to choose now who is going to play in this do or die competition on tonight. Um, If you win, you get to come back into the house. If you lost, your game is all there. So obviously Cameron decided to play. But who wouldn't? Right? I mean, I could never live with myself if I toss it to somebody else and they won.
Yeah.
Like I would never feel good about that. Especially with Cameron's track record, I wouldn't expect him to do anything otherwise anyway. He's pretty successful in some of these comps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else like to even say about that? Like
No, I wasn't surprised. I had actually seen somewhere on the feeds at some point throughout this week that just felt like it went on forever and nothing happened. Like I did see like a conversation between Cameron and Jared that like he pretty much said like I think I'm going to do the competition or whatever. Like it didn't surprise me. Nothing was like exciting or like surprising about this this whole week or this episode.
Yeah, there's like maybe an argument to be had that Jared is not good at winning competitions and has only won competitions that other people have lost. So like if you were to choose him to play in it, he probably wouldn't win it. So like I guess there's an argument to be made there if you saw the competition and said, "Oh, I don't think I'd be good at this." But odds are you're going to want to play, you know?
Right. What did you think of the competition itself? This was now a zombie that had a little hole in the hand, and you had to balance this ball up against one beam and get it into the hole. You had 3 minutes to do so. You only need to get one ball into one hole.
See, that's the thing. I don't know if I missed that part of the instructions. I thought he had to get all three. So I'm sitting there watching it. At first, I'm
Right.
like, 3 minutes to do this. That is so much time. And then I realized there's like grooves in it, and like the body of the person is like out a little bit
Mhm.
more back wall. And then like
Right.
Cameron lost the
Dazed.
first ball, and I was like, oh my God, he might actually not do this. Like, this is crazy. And then he got the first ball in and hit the buzzer. And I was like, wait a second. He didn't have to do all three? We gave him
No.
3 minutes to do one?
Now, when they had panned out ones, and I was like, "There's literally only one hole on there." Like, I don't understand. Like,
But
why
I
are
thought
there
he
three
had to get all
balls?
three into the same.
Oh, into the
I thought it
same
was gonna like,
hole.
yeah, that's what I
Oh.
thought. I think I just missed part of the
Mm-mm.
instructions or something.
She said, "Just get your ball in the hole," but I assumed there'd be more than one hole.
That's what I thought there was gonna be more than one hole. As they were like panning the camera up that like zombie like cutout or
Mhm.
whatever, I thought there was gonna be like a hole in the hand, maybe a hole in the heart, and then one in the head or something. Like, but it was just the one hole in the hand.
Because then why were
I
there
would have
3 balls in the first
right.
place?
I guess just so that like because maybe if it fell off, it if in case it bounced away somewhere, so you didn't have to chase after it. Maybe I don't know, but
Okay.
I would have much
So
rather
Skippy from
preferred.
production didn't have to run out with an additional like ball or
Right,
something.
right. I definitely would have preferred like a puzzle or of some kind, like
Well, so we James was asking me because he was watching the episode with me, and he was like, "Well, like what kind of things do they normally do in like a situation like this?" And I went,
Mm.
"Hold on, I'll show you." And I pulled up the video of the Caitlyn puzzle, and he was flabbergasted. I was like, I hope we
I
don't
s-
get another one of these, but
Yeah, I almost hope we did. Like, I still don't understand why Caitlyn has such an issue with that. Like, I mean, it was done on the floor. Like,
it's just as funny watching it. What, 5 years later?
it's painful. It's really, really painful.
yeah.
So needless to say, Cameron had no problem getting this done, which now left Jared leaving the house. This exit, I mean, the exit itself was fine. This interview with Julie at the
It
end,
was
like,
kind
"Oh,
of painful.
yeah, what are we gonna do? My mother has to fend for herself." It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, if anything, she's positioned better because
Yeah,
she's now
your
not going to be
mother
spending
is
all this time
Suri.
protecting you, right? Like, do you not know who your mama is? I think
Literally, it's
John
like
said
your
something like
mom
that
is
on Twitter,
Suri. I think
Yeah.
she'll be
right?
fine.
Right.
Like,
No, I've been
More than
I've been
fine.
noticing that like I'm starting to question if Jared has ever seen his mom play any of these games because
Yeah.
like for weeks now, like there was one point where we've mentioned this before in the past, but that time when he was like, "Oh, my mom, she's so paranoid in this game," and then talking tonight about how like, "Oh, if I leave, she's gonna have to fend for herself," and I'm like, first of all,
Bro, what are you
yeah,
talking about?
do you not know who your mother is? And second of all, you've been the biggest detriment to her game of all, so get out
yeah.
of there.
What a mess. What an absolute mess. There were a couple of little things that did pop up, though. There was a conversation between, I think it was Blue, Jag, Matt. There was a fourth person in that room. about forming some kind of an alliance. Oh, it was Cameron. It was Cameron.
Mhm.
In case, kind of setting things up, in case he did come back into the house. This is some of this social stuff that I wanted to see from Cameron when he was HOH. I think we all kind of
Right,
discussed that, right? Like,
right.
set yourself up. And he finally,
Yeah.
I think he wisened up right now. He seems to know like how to play this game a little bit better. What do we think of that alliance? I think now it certainly has a whole lot more credence to it, now that Cameron is actually back in the game. What do you think?
I think it was a solid pitch. Like this group has, as Jag was saying, they've all won multiple competitions. Blue hasn't won, but they've all won, multiple competitions. It's a pretty strong alliance, and they're all set up with enough other people on the outside that like they're pretty well insulated.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And it's good to see Matt and Jag doing this. Like I tweeted during the episode, like I'm really glad that Matt clocked that conversation that Corey was having with Felicia.
Yes.
Because Matt, Jag,
yes.
and Corey in America have been so tight, and now you see Corey in America kind of saying, "Let's set ourselves up with another Final Four with Felicia and Mimi." And so I'm so glad. And Matt even like joked about it. He goes, "Listen, I understand that Corey in America have to cover themselves, make sure they're good, and that's what me and Jag have to do too. I'm just better at not getting caught at it."
Right.
Which was great. Yeah.
I think Matt is in a great position in this game. Absolutely no one is looking at him when they should be. I mean, the
He's
man's an
set up
Olympian.
really, really well. Yeah.
He's an Olympian. Like, what are you doing? Like, if this man gets to Final 3, like, that's it.
Here's
Like,
the
you're not
thing, though,
beating
and like
him.
this is a conversation that we've seen happen on feeds. I don't think they've put it in the edit at all, but
Mhm.
like we as viewers know, Corey has been going around talking about like the end game competitions, and he's been kind of like they're all under the impression that these end game competitions are going to be mental competitions, and Corey is, which I feel like is to his detriment, is talking about how well he's going to be set up once we get to the end game. When the competitions stop being physical and they start being mental, that's when I'm going to flourish. That's when I'm going to do better. And people are like, "Uh-oh, now we have to start studying. We're like nervous for these end game mental competitions." I don't know what the hell these people are talking about, because as we have seen every season, the end game competitions are almost exclusively physical. And when that
Seriously.
happens, Matt is going to be a huge threat to all of these people because he is a literal Olympian.
Right.
They're
Right.
not going to be able
They're-
to beat him, especially if they're preparing for only mental competitions in the end.
No, the only mental things that start happening is around like final like 5 or 6. Like by the time you
But
get to
even
3,
then,
it's all
like-
physical. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, once you get to those like final 3 HOHs, it's all physical competitions.
Yeah, I feel like every Final 3, like right, some part of it is like that one where they have to run through those like barriers, and like there's puzzle pieces. Like there's so much. I remember they have to like run back and forth so many times. I forget exactly what it's called, but I remember like it always seems like it's in that Final 3, that like part 3 HOH. I don't know.
And like even if there is a mental component, like we've seen how you have to know the days and you have to put things in the correct order or whatever, but there's always a physical element to it. There was that season where it was like a rock wall and you had to like put climb up and down the wall and put things in the right spot. Like there is always a physical component to these
Right.
endgame competitions.
Climbing, yeah.
Or the vines, like swinging into the things and pounding into the side. Like we've seen like
Right,
a number
right.
of like these different things. That's usually how like the final 3 kicks off.
Right.
I'm sorry, as much as I love Suri, like she's falling.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
Like,
Suri
she
is known
is.
for
She is.
Suri is known for a lot of things. None of them are her competition prowess.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, I love Suri, and like it'd be cool to see her win this. But I think at this point, Matt is the person that I'm like rooting for over anyone else to win. Like I think I would be most happy seeing Matt win at this point with everybody that's left. Matt, or maybe like a Mimi or something. But I feel like Matt's he's playing a better game, I think. So
Listen, there's starting to become a version of me. Not that I like him as a person, but I am starting to get behind Cam just a little bit, because he's starting to give me Ty energy. This is somebody who every time their back is up against the wall, they get themselves out of it, like one way or another. Like you have to acknowledge the fact that like he is playing a good game.
We've talked about it on here a bunch of times. His arc of the season of like how many times he was, put up on the block, evicted, his moves got erased, all of this stuff that's been happening. He's got a really, really solid underdog arc. Unfortunately, you're not my favorite person in the house, but like his story is a great one. And at this point, it's like, I'm kind of satisfied with anybody who wins right now. Like that, I don't think there's any version of how this plays out that I'm going to be like, damn it,
I can agree with that.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. Let's take a look at who's left. Oops. Stop.
Honestly,
so shady.
I know that was shady. That was shady.
You know what's so funny is that like I tweeted in all caps tonight after Cam won that competition. I was like, Jared is gone. I was so happy for it. And there's a part of me now that's like, okay, I'm cool with this. I can just watch and just see what happens now.
I have never seen someone so happy for their draft team to be over.
Yeah. I mean, you had a rough go. But these were promising people, unfortunately. So, we're sorry to Team Dunphy. Absolutely decimated. All
I wish, honestly, I wish, obviously, I loved Izzy, but I wish that Kirsten and Riley had a longer time in the game. I would have liked to see if they got through their early struggles and seen how they played. But
yeah. Absolutely. Matt wants you to get some credit for the fact that your Survivor draft absolutely made it to the premiere unscathed. Like, yeah, there's
just by a hair.
Just by a hair, but it is so.
I was talking a big game on Twitter about how my draft team has lasted 50 something days unscathed, and how my Survivor team is going to be so incredible. And one of my people quit in episode 1.
Quit. Which I had some pretty strong feelings about, like when that happened, but I certainly have other feelings now. Maybe we'll dive into that a little bit at the end. So from Gina's team here, listen, I'm still very intrigued by most of these people. I still want a Bowie Jane HOH.
I would love it, honestly.
Somehow you showed this graphic and I saw Bowie and I was like, oh, I forgot about her.
I know. And that's really why I want her to win HOH. I want to know more about what she's thinking. I want to see how she protects Cameron, right? And how she navigates some of those conversations, because he's still going to be public enemy number 1. So what does Bowie do about that? Because she's not going to put him up. Or is she? We don't know her.
I don't know. I really have no idea what she's thinking.
Right.
We've been watching her for almost 2 months. We still have no clue what she's doing in there.
All I know is that she's Australian. She is a DJ, and some people think that she's a barista, but she's not. She's a barrister. That's all I know about Miss Bowie. From my
I
team,
am a little worried about my team this week, though.
You are, huh?
I think I'm in trouble. Corey in America. I think I'm in trouble.
It depends on who wins HOH, because they did say that Corey will be eligible to play.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys about that.
What did you want to ask?
Just because this was actually, I think Liz put a poll on Twitter about this actually, asking people if they thought that Corey would be eligible for HOH this week. He was the last HOH and there was none this week. So you think it's right that he's getting a chance to play for HOH this week? Or do you think that as the last HOH, he shouldn't be eligible?
I think given the way that this week happened, it's fair to let him play.
I think it's totally fair to let him play.
I mean, even after...
This is the worst twist I've seen in years.
Even after Jag's eviction got erased, I think Cameron was eligible to play again.
Yeah, you're right. The whole week was totally wiped out, the entire week.
So I think it's fair for him to be able to play again, given the fact that we got a whole week of gaming with no risk this week. And I use the term gaming very loosely because we got a couple of deals made and then nothing happened.
Yeah. I know you said, Kyle, that you felt like this was the worst twist in years. Do you think that this is worse than Coin of Destiny?
Well, we didn't really get to see Coin of Destiny play out. But I did think that the High Rollers room was at least more interesting than this. We got to vote. At least we're involved. We got to give these people some BB bucks. That was certainly more fun than anything this week. I mean,
Like
I just
even when Coin of Destiny happened, it was like a moment that like just kind of fell flat. This was a full week where nothing happened on purpose.
it was a total
They
waste.
chose to not do anything all week.
It's a waste.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, sorry.
It's
The
a
High
terrible
Rollers
week.
room
And
is a lot better.
I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, but we had a full week of nothing. We finished the competitions like 20 minutes before the end of the episode, and we somehow ran out of time to have a live HOH competition.
I'm saying I
There
don't know
was
why we
nothing
couldn't. Why
that
couldn't we? Why couldn't we
happened.
wrap this up? Right. At
Nothing
least give
happened
us
till
the
I had
HOH so
to
we have something to discuss tonight.
we had to watch 20 minutes of a competition that we watched a full episode on a couple of days ago. And then we watched Corey and America in the shower together. And then we got nothing else.
Oh God, I know. Yeah, I
Gunning
really
Geek
think
wants to
Corey
know
and
if we're
America are in
happy or
trouble.
mad. Yeah, they're definitely in trouble. They're in trouble. Gunning Geek wants to know if we're happy or mad that Jared lost. We're elated.
I'm very happy.
We're elated.
Happy.
Ecstatic.
Very
I
happy.
cheered. And not because I like Cameron. And not necessarily from like a strong distance. Well, it is from a strong distaste of Jared. Yes, it is. I couldn't care less. Like whatever to that.
Cameron, you know how I feel about Cameron? I almost feel similar. Like it's definitely like it's different, but I almost feel similar with Cam as I did to like Ty and BB Can. Where like they
Sure.
weren't my favorite player in the game, but like they're winning some stuff, but they're still an underdog. And like if they won, it's like it's because they deserved it, you know, like so I don't know. I feel similar about how their games are playing out, sort of.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to root for him, which thank goodness, because he is on my team. So there he is. I actually got to put him in proper color again because he's back in the house. I listen. I'd also be curious to see what Blue does with an HOH.
I am
'Cause she-
now. I wasn't when
Yeah.
Jared was here. I am
Agreed.
now.
Absolutely agreed. Yeah, because I feel like she's done a very good job now of setting herself up in the middle. And this is going to force her to make some decisions. And I'm very, very curious to see what she does because I don't actually know how she thinks about this game as a player. You know, all I get is her stupid deal. It's like girl, blah blah blah, and girl, and it's like, you know what? Like, what are you actually thinking? Like, what is your game, and like, what's really going on here?
Well, you know, it's funny. So after that whole little alliance formed with Matt, Jag, Blue, and Cameron, I think it was Matt, one of his DRs, where he was saying like, you know, him and Jag, it's harder for them to take a shot at like, you know, at Corey in America. But now that they're working with Blue and Cameron, you know, they can kind of be the ones that go after Corey in America for Matt and Jag. So I wonder how much, you know, control Matt and Jag would have over like a Blue HOH. Would they just encourage her, like put up Corey in America and she would just listen, or would she kind of like be like, all right, this is my first time with power. I'm going to make the move I want to make. Like, I wonder what she would actually do when she got the power.
Right. Yeah, a Blue HOH could be very, very interesting. Blue and Bowie for HOH, as far as I'm concerned. I need to know more about their game. Not forgetting Mimi though. I would love to also see a Mimi HOH. Because she's another one who has dipped her toes in many, many pools. So like I don't know what she would do either.
I just know that she is giving DR gold and we're not getting it, and it's so upsetting because like I have to imagine that her DRs are similar to her storage room rants.
Right.
You know, like and she, you know, based on things that we've heard her say, I know she like has her finger on the pulse of this game. She's not stupid with her reads. So why don't we get more of what she's thinking?
Right. And she's very, very confident that as she gets to the end, she goes, I can beat most of these people. I can beat these people. And it's like, well, I need to see why though. Well, I feel like I'm endeared towards you, but I don't really have a whole lot to say like, all right, you know what? I'm a Mimi stan. Like, for what?
In the moment that I remember her saying that, she was talking about Corey in America. And in that sense, if for no other reason, I see them having a rough road with a bitter jury if they're seen in the end game.
Yeah.
Well, who's gonna have a rough road now? Who?
Corey in America. If there is a bitter jury, I don't see them I don't know. I just don't see them having votes right now, given the way that things have shaken out.
Yeah, but this is still super early, and it also depends on like who's sitting next to who. Like let's just say it is Corey and America sitting side by side.
I'm saying like Mimi saying I can beat them in the end. I think if she's sitting next to one of them,
Oh. I mean, right now, we got a long way to go here still.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that can change there.
I do think I see her beating like America right now, Mimi. But even with the bitter, I mean, depends how bitter they are, I guess. But like, if Corey's sitting there in the end next to Mimi, like, he's done a lot more in this game than Mimi has. Like, I
Right.
think it would be a tough argument for her to
I mean,
make against
it
Corey
depends
right
on what
now.
they value,
Right.
you know?
I do think that it's interesting that anytime people are having conversations, like consoling somebody over a loss or they want to strategize or something, anytime Mimi walks in the room, no one stops talking, right? No one changes the subject or anything like that. So there's certainly a level of trust that she seems to have with everyone. That I mean, like, I think that's interesting, and I wish we saw more of that and
Right.
more of why, maybe. Because I have no idea why anybody is endeared towards her because we don't get to see much.
That's such a shame because everything that we do see makes me want more Mimi.
Yeah, I
And
don't know
Right.
why we're getting so little of
it's
her.
just
It's so
we
annoying.
just never get it. Yeah, it's so strange. I don't know.
Yeah. Between Mimi and Bowie, it's almost like you don't remember them until they walk in the room. You're like, oh, right.
But at least we have seen that Mimi has the potential to give us more between her like storage room rants and like stuff she gives us on the feeds, and like Bowie I feel like has never really given us anything that we've seen even on feeds. So I feel like it's weird to me that we're not getting more Mimi because we've seen that what she does give us, usually people love it.
Right.
Right. That's very fair. That's fair. You know what time it is?
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go see about Miss Julie. Oop. It's time to judge Julie. Y'all better gather round. Okay, Miss Julie appeared before us in this dashing hot pink number. And look, she was really feeling her oats on tonight with her little peace signs and everything. Ooh, she just thought she was too cute. I give this a hot. Hands down, very hot. Look at those shoes. So cute.
Mhm.
This is a
Miss
definite
Julie.
hot.
Oh, for
I just
sure.
have one. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
just have one question.
Uh-oh.
Where was this on double eviction night? We got denim on double eviction night. We get this for the most boring week, and this would have been the night to put your jeans on. No one cared about this week. Put on your denim, get comfortable. Get comfortable. Like where? Yeah, this is the outfit you should have worn for tonight.
Right.
He
Yeah,
said this would have been the night to put your jeans on.
denim for a
Yeah.
dumbass twist. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right.
Wow.
Do you think now because of this stupid ass twist we're gonna get another another double?
See,
How many people are
unfortunately,
left? Let's do the math.
well, see, that's what I was afraid to ask the real question because that's what we have to figure out. We're gonna.
Listen, you're the one who loves calculations. I don't see why you haven't already calculated it. After all the after all the
my God.
ballyhooing from last week.
Ballyhooing.
I can't believe you haven't already done all the math. So now we're at a +1. So now what? And still nobody knows. Well, good luck to us. Hopefully we get like another double or something.
Well, I'm trying to think because we lost. At this point, we've lost 6, or is it 7 with Luke? I don't remember.
I feel like there's 11 in there still. We started with 17, right? So that would be. We lost. I can't believe we've been watching this show for 2 months and only 6 people have left. Doesn't that feel like there should be more people gone by now?
Well, because I mean, there have been seasons that wrapped up this week. Well,
they also did start sooner, in all fairness.
No, I don't mean this like calendar week. I mean the number of weeks we've been playing.
All right. Really, up to 8?
Well, I mean, it's not even just like, what's the word? We we saw that tweet about how when jury starts, we'll be at day like 50 something, and Dan Giesling won Big Brother 10 on day 51. And at that point, we're still going to have half the game left to go, you know? Which, granted, I think they had less people in the house at that point, but it's still like, it's so long.
I mean, they did say this is like allegedly the longest season of Big Brother US ever.
Yeah.
Like, it is, but I just wish that it wasn't elongated because of dumb twists that make evictions not matter. You know?
I agree. Yeah, no argument there. No argument
Or like at the
there.
very least, let it be like a true battle back, not like whatever this was.
Yeah, this was not a battle back. And this actually would have been more interesting if like you had 4 people that were re-entering
Right.
the house and kind of like milling about and things like that.
A
Like
real battle.
I
But see, that's what I didn't like about, like, I don't like that they were just kind of like living in the house as normal all week. Like that to me, you know, normally for a battle back, they're in sequester and then there's this one competition and one of them comes back. Like what we ended up having was a glorified camp comeback, which was also one of the worst twists that Big Brother has ever done.
Well, I think for me, like Camp Comeback was stupid because we didn't even know these people. I couldn't care less if you were in there or not. Like at this stage, I do think it's kind of interesting to see people kind of like move around and try to kind of set up, because it's not just about the people who could potentially come back in that are setting up their social game going forward. It's also about the people who are currently still in the house playing the game. Like, how do they navigate this
Yes, but
entire
it's all
twist? So
like
I think there's something still interesting about if there were all 4 milling around. I kind of do think that's fun.
I think there was also like a combination of things that made it so bad in this situation because yeah, it would be more fun with 4 people. It would also be more fun if this week was playing out like a normal week and you had normal campaigning and normal whatever. And like these people aren't votes. They can't vote in the week, but they also can't be nominated or they can't play in competitions or whatever. They're just there on the social end of things, but
Right.
like still have the game playing around them, not just like sitting in a house for a week wondering who's going to come back.
Yeah, this was really rough.
No, I don't disagree.
Like, if anything, like this would have at least, like, you know how, you know, Big Brother Canada does, you know, Marcia the Moose sends people on secret missions and stuff. Like, if this week was going to truly be nothing like it was, at least throw a couple of fun things like that in there.
A luxury competition, even like
something.
Yeah. Sadly, there's nothing else to say about this week.
yeah, like even on feeds, like it's not like they were like doing stuff throughout the week. Like there was just one day that like production was like, "Oh, the live feeders want to thank you for a great season. So here's gift bags for everybody." And everyone was like, "Hold on. I didn't co-sign on giving them no gift bags. So I don't know what live feeders you're talking about because I don't know what's happening here."
I would have liked to vote for that. Who do I want to
Like,
get a gift bag to?
everyone just got a gift bag for fun, and that was the one thing that happened this week.
It's stupid.
Like,
It's very
okay.
stupid. Yeah. Stupid. There's literally nothing to hypothesize about because we don't know who won HOH.
Because God forbid, with the 20 minutes left, they gave us a competition.
Yeah, I definitely did think that we were going to end with something, or at least something that was going to start, even if we didn't get to
Certain we would, because there was no other content to give us.
Right. Lame. Really lame. I have nothing else. There are no questions to ask.
Yeah, I have nothing either.
Yeah. But after what we got this past week, like this week coming up better be like a banger. Give us OTEV, give us like, you know, give us a good week here after this terrible week.
Well, they said the scary verse is over, but I don't believe that's so because we already saw that they're tying in something with the Exorcist.
She didn't say the scary verse was over. She said scary week was over, which like scary week never begun because that would imply that there was something happening throughout the week. And literally she just said, "Oops, scary week is here," and then nothing happened.
Right. She did also comment. She was like, "Scary week is over, but you know, don't let your guard down because the scary verse could rear its ugly head at any moment." Like she like made a point to say that.
Stupid. It's all very stupid. How about Zingbot? That would make something fun. Bring back Zingbot and let it be something good. Not
Yeah, what
lame
do we still need?
zings.
We need Zingbot, we need Otev. What else haven't we gotten yet? Comics.
Yeah, BB
Well, it's
Comics.
a little early for
BB Comics.
comics.
Yeah, we still have a few weeks left for that. Listen, this is supposed to be the 25th anniversary season. We're supposed to be bringing back some really fun things. So, like, I would love to petition for the return of Pandora's Box.
Mm.
I always did enjoy that twist, even though I still felt like production kind of manufactured some things, kind of manipulated a little bit. But I mean, even that is still better than anything with this zombie crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you. I agree.
yeah.
Pandora's
So what
Box
is
would
the?
be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was wrapping up. I have nothing else.
Oh yeah.
What does the week look like ahead? Big Brother is on Monday at 10 o'clock. Okay, 10 o'clock for our Eastern friends. We'll be here on Monday night reviewing the goings-ons. That'll be that'll be at 10:30. But first, we'll be discussing the Challenge USA at 9:30. And we have got to get on one accord about what we're doing with Survivor. We never really like
Mhm.
settled on that. Liz was certainly asking on the Twitter. I didn't say anything back because we don't know. But certainly lots to talk about there. Team Orgino took its first hit.
Sure did.
Yeah, we're pleased.
Sure did.
We're pleased.
I have to tell you too, like this week, I will say I really think Survivor got off to I'm excited Survivor's back. I thought this was a great episode of the Challenge tonight. Like those are the shows that I'm excited to talk about coming up.
Yeah,
we literally have
Challenge is
nothing for
great.
BB. So
Challenge is great.
Yeah.
so
I do think I like buddy games, but like I'm starting to fall out of it a little bit. There was some drama tonight, which was very fun.
I did have it on in the background while I was waiting for Big Brother, so I did
Right.
catch that.
Yeah, and to be fair, I wasn't paying like close attention because I'm going to Philly tomorrow, so I was like packing and everything. So yeah, but I don't think it's going to suffer the same fate as Stars on Mars for me. But I am concerned. Something else of note: October 2nd, I believe, is the premiere of The Traitors Canada. We can see BB Can alum Kevin Martin and Miss Queen Koozie.
Mhm.
This is
Yes.
almost not enough. Queen Koozie, among some others. Erica,
Survivor champ
winner of
Erica,
Survivor. She'll be there. She'll be there. That's airing on CTV. I don't know how we're going to watch that. I mean, I know we had the VPN and everything, but the CTV free, we don't know her, so we're gonna have to do some research, some looking around, and find out like what
I'm
we're
sure
gonna
we'll
do
find a
about
way.
that. Yeah. But again, Survivor 45, I don't know what we're gonna do. We have to figure that one out because the Challenge USA is lasting a little bit longer than we had intended or thought.
Mhm.
So definitely some trickiness there. And then when is Big Brother on Thursday? Are we back to 8 or is it 9? What did she say tonight?
I wasn't listening at that point, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forget.
I was listening, but I walked away, and I'm assuming it was on the screen, and she didn't actually say a time.
Yeah, I
She
don't
didn't say it out
remember.
loud.
So this here says Sunday the 1st at 10 p.m., Tuesday the 3rd
Mhm.
at 8 p.m., Thursday the 5th at 8 p.m. That's what this says that I'm looking at here
Great.
now.
So we're back to 8. Thank goodness. I don't know why we had to do 9 again this week after going to 8 before.
Yeah.
Matt is saying 9 on Sunday. That I don't believe is correct. Unless
No,
that's
I think
9 your
Sundays
time.
are pushed because of football, isn't it?
Right, but I thought Sunday was at 10.
Oh.
Yeah. The TV guide that I'm looking at here says this Sunday's at 10.
TV guide.
And then
10
and
Eastern.
then Tuesday and Thursday are at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. So that means we'll be with you on Thursday at 10:15.
Mhm.
Right, 10:15, which we like. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right. Well, anything else for the benefit of the community here?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it.
No, not much to say. Well, you can find us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod, including Blue Sky. Even though nobody's been BSing on that since I've been pushing it so hard. This is really not good. Message us with an
BSing.
invite code. We got a couple. Come join us on the BS. Um, and,
Not on
and
the
I guess that's about
BS.
it. On the BS, yeah. And I guess that's all we got. We'll be back on Monday. Have a lovely weekend. Hope the feeds are kind to us, and throw us a like and a subscription. Tell a friend, and we're out of here. Thanks a lot.